most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Warhorse Dirtcar Series Super Late Models from Eldora tonight, round number 7. 2 races left, 50-lap feature on tap for us tonight. All the usual suspects here. Did not get a chance to go find the points, but I will do that sometime during this broadcast, and I will update you guys on where the point standings are as we head into the last 2 nights. Couple of big shout-outs tonight. Our man Scott King over at the Fake 500 tonight, trying to do what he can. I saw he was about 20th in that field, just kind of riding, waiting for the time to go. They weren't even to the halfway point. And a big shout-out to my man KR Stolfus for picking up the show for me last week while I was up in St. Louis enjoying the real action. Hopefully he is tuning in tonight. But we are about ready to head trackside and get into tonight's opening ceremonies. When we come back, race time.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light. What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, big and thank you to the Foley boys. Qualifying wrapping up, and Desmond Busby quickest in the session. Driver's starting to get lined up for heat race number 1. 3 heat races on tap for us tonight. Get everything lined up here. I've got the points up. We will talk about that. Top 5 in qualifying was also our top 5 in the points, the iRacing points, but not necessarily in that order. We'll run down the Seabirds Racing Media starting lineup for heat race number 1. On the pole, the Mack Droop Sim Sports and number 171 from Metamora, Illinois, Brandon Freeberg. And on his outside, your quick qualifier for the evening in the 7-car, Desmond Busby. Second row inside, the 01 of Eric Keller. And on the outside of him, sponsor for our starting lineup himself, in the Sieber Racing Media number 357, Cody Sieber. Your third row inside, Kyler Bruce. In the 31 machine on his outside, the 95 car, that's Yori Nix. Your fourth row on the inside, Ryan Brown, the 00 on the outside of him. That's going to be the 011 of Joey Reeder. And that's on the back row right there, those 2 cars together. So 8 cars. Top 3 automatically make it into our feature. Take a quick peek, and man, that 171 car is blinking a lot tonight. So we will just have to see what goes on there. Get ready for the green flag out of turn number 4. Good to be back in the saddle with you guys. A lot of cars blinking tonight, and I'm wondering if this is something we're going to see throughout the evening, because maybe we are having a little Week 13 internet connection fun over at the iRacing server farm. So we'll just have to see what's going on right now. Pace truck headed into the infield. Green flag in the air. We are underway. Freeberg, man, just blinking so much I can't keep my camera on him. He is back to 7th. Eric Keller in the 1 car has the lead. He's being challenged by Desmond Busby. Busby crossed it over down the backstretch last time. He just doesn't have enough to get there. So we'll pick him up out of 4, end of lap number 2. Still Keller. Then Busby, Kyler Bruce, Cody Sieber, Yori Nix, Ryan Brown, and then Freeberg and Reeder both blinking just a little bit. Go back here, watch the 357 machine. He is right outside the transfer spot, trying to get around that 21 car, which is right in front of him. See if he can do anything with Kyler Bruce's green machine there. It is still Keller, Busby, and Bruce. 1, 2, 3. Then Sieber, Nix, and Brown. And Freeberg is in here. He is just blinking quite a bit right in front of Joey Reeder. He flashes in every once in a while. Reeder was blinking a little while ago, but I think that's kind of over with for him now. Go down here, catch the guys coming through 1 and 2. Your leaders nose to tail, then 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th right there. Back to Sieber. Sieber's in 6th. A little bit of a battle there. Looks to me like Brown took a peek on Nix. That got a little testy. Now Sieber and Brown making contact. Sieber's going to go around. So is Freeberg. No caution. So those guys will have to fight through the B main to get in here. We are inside 3 to go. That time Keller got a little wild, put it in the fence. Busby cruises on by. This will be easy for him now. Keller found the fence out of 2. And he allowed Busby to gain the advantage, pick up the lead. A white flag is in the air. Bruce is still in 3rd, but he's got Yori Nix right behind him. Nix in the 95 car on the white flag lap closing in. I think he lost a little bit right there. That might not be enough for him to get there and throw the slider, but it is all Busby. Quickest in qualifying, wins his heat race. He'll be in the feature tonight. He is the current points leader. And then Keller and Bruce, 2nd and 3rd. Everybody else, be seeing them in the LCQ. So 1 down, 2 to go in heat racing action. Have 7 cars scheduled for heat race number 2. And our Sieber Racing Media starting lineup looks like this. On the pole, the 4 of Justin Norwood, and Norwood 2nd in the points, trailing by a mere 8 markers. And then Paul Hollander. Hollander is 5th in the points as we sit. He drives the 113 car on the outside of row 1. Row 2 inside, Scott Smith, the 53, and on the outside, the pay-to-win setups, 4Link Motorsports number 21 from Edmond, Oklahoma, Mr. Garrett Boyd. Your 3rd row, Brian Wax starts a 14 car on the inside. And next to him in the 11 will be James Gilpin. And on your back row, by himself, will be Randy Reeser in the 15. We need to keep an eye on that 15 car. That guy, it's a 28 machine on the side of the car, 15 in the program, but Reeser always quick. I think he will find a way to work that car towards the front. I don't think it'll take him very long to get it there. So, 7 cars, again, top 3. We had 8 in the last one, so 5 went in. We'll send 4 more. That's 9. And we'll probably send 4 more for the next one, 13 cars, and they'll be looking for about 11 spots, I think. So we are ready to go green out of turn number 4. Heat 2. The Max Group Sim Sports Warhorse Dirtcar Series underway. And that 4 car of Justin Norwood is going to jump straight to the top. Scott Smith took the 53 to the inside. He grabbed 2nd away from Hollander, at least for the time being. Hollander staying married to the middle right here, and he's letting that 21 of Garrett Boyd close the gap on entry, just not on exit. Now Boyd gets a great run down the backstretch, closes right in on 2nd and 3rd. Just nowhere to go with all that momentum, and he's got to check it up. 3 wide at the front. That was almost a 3 wide for the lead, but Norwood just had too much momentum. He is going to hang on off the top side, but Smith is not giving up on that. He's going to keep the 53 car right in the middle and trying to close the gap. He's going to hope that the 4 car maybe jumps the cushion, rubs the right side on the fence, and it slows him down. And if he's not trailing directly behind, he should be able to grab the lead away. 4 in the books, 6 to go still. Norwood, Smith, Hollander, Boyd, your top 4, then Reeser, Wax, and Gilpin rounding out the field. You can see that top 4 has a pretty good breakaway from the rest of the guys. Battle for the lead. That time Smith went for the slider. Crossover coming back from Norwood. Oh, a little bit of touch right there going into 3 and 4. That checks up Norwood. Now he loses 2nd to Hollander. Hollander around the top side. Got his sight sets on the 53 car. Garrett Boyd still mired in fourth. Just couldn't do anything with the fortuitous brake check from that 4 machine. He was stuck down to the bottom and nowhere to go with any momentum. Hollander now going for the lead with a slider. Even down the backstretch between Smith and Hollander. Smith chooses the middle. He's got the 53 car still in front at the line, but Hollander was about to jack the tires right up. Slider, crossover, inside 2 to go. This is going to get very exciting. Hello, Mr. Nichols. White flag coming out. This time Hollander still trying to work over the rear end of that 53 machine. Didn't try the crossover. Now puts it in the fence. That'll open things up. Boyd got around Norwood. But Scott Smith is going to pick up the win in Heat 2. I think we had contact between the 21 and the 113. That opens the door. That puts Justin Norwood in the transfer spot for third. Boyd, first guy looking in from the outside. Gilpin, Wax, and Reeser will join him in the LCQ. So our third and final heat race, and as I thought, we will have 7 cars in this one. Our Siebert Racing Media starting lineup looks like this. On the pole, John Ruggiero Jr. in the 44 machine, and on his outside, the 309 Designs CSVR Max Droop Sim Sports number 13 from Naxport, Ohio, Travis St. Clair. Here at second row inside, Camden Johnston, the 22 machine. That's that green and black machine you see in the center of the screen. And the 28 of Trevor Fitz will start on his outside. Your third row inside, Colton Willett, the 225, and on the outside of him, the Superior Builders Beware Racing, number 17 from Iola, Kansas, of Buddy Ware. And on the back row, the 82 car of Jason Korn. Cool beans, Tim. Only about 3 weeks. And I'll be seeing you again. All right, lights off on the Pace Truck final heat race about to get underway. Max Droop Sim Sports Warhorse Dirtcar Series Super Late Models. Second to the last race of the season right now. Desmond Busby leading the points over Justin Norwood, and then Travis St. Clair in third. He's 14 markers back. Brandon Freeberg and Paul Hollander fourth and fifth in the points right now. All those guys here tonight. Points on the line, so things could change over the last 2 races. Green flag is in the air. Our final heat race on the track. Ruggiero grabbed the lead. St. Clair in behind that. Then Camden Johnston in third. Trevor Fitz in fourth. And then Jason Korn at the end of lap number 1. Colton Willett way behind those guys. Everybody migrating towards the middle now. And I don't know if that's just because that's where it looks like the track is its best, or if it's because they've seen all the guys before them that ran the outside, clipped the fence, and you saw Camden Johnston in the 22 do it right there in the middle of 1 and 2. So we'll drop back a little bit, get a little longer angle here, and see what we can see out of these guys. Through 3 and 4 to complete lap number 4. Still Ruggiero, then St. Clair and Fitz, your top 3. Camden Johnson held on to fourth, but he's under fire from the 82 of Jason Korn. Korn started shotgun on the field, and now he's battling to get into the 4th spot. He's got enough laps. If he can keep coming forward, he may be able to go up here and challenge for one of the 3 transfer spots straight to the A. May not have to worry about that old LCQ. Korn moves into 4th. Johnson back to 5th, then Ware and Willett rounded it out. Go to the front. I think these front 3 kind of content to ride right here. I don't see anybody doing anything to challenge the guy around them. They seem to be content with just trying to grab the transfer spots. St. Clair keeping the car up wide. Little bit of extra run on the exit, but that middle was working in 3 and 4 for Ruggiero. And he was able to maintain his gap. Now he goes top shelf 1 and 2. Goes back to the top in 3 and 4. So there's your tap on the fence, and that could close things up for Fitz, but I just don't think he's close enough to do much with it. It just caused both of them to fall back off of Ruggiero's car. He's going to get the white flag about 0.6 of a second in front of St. Clair and Fitz, and they're going to get side by side in 1 and 2. Not going to materialize for Fitz that time. Ruggiero's going to win it. I think it's safe to say that St. Clair will be second and Fitz in third. Jason Korn closed the gap good. Just not enough, and he ran out of time. He'll be in the B main with Johnston, Willett, and Ware. Maybe skipping the B main. They may have transferred everyone in, so it looks like we will just go straight to our warm-up. Everybody's going to the feature. These guys a couple of minutes here. So while they are working in the track, we will jump up here. We'll pay a bill real quick. All right, back to wrap up practice. Get ready for our big 50-lap feature tonight. Race 7 of 8 for the Warhorse Dirtcar Series. We will wrap things up next Thursday night, crown a champion. I guess we better get some leagues back over here. We're going to be down to not having much going on DRN until maybe the first of the year, so we'll have to figure something out. Start filling that in. Maybe we can get Tim Nichols to put something together for us and give us some races for a couple of nights in the next couple of weeks before we hit Christmas. All right, now it is definitely time to get down here and start going through Seaver Racing Media started lineup for tonight's 50-lap main event. On the pole, he was quickest in qualifying. He won his heat race. He'll start from the pole tonight. Desmond Busby in the 7 car. On the outside, be the 53 of Scott Smith. Second row, John Ruggiero Jr., the 44. He won heat race number 3. He'll start inside row 2. And Eric Keller will start to the outside of him. Third row, Paul Hollander inside. Travis St. Clair on the outside. We keep an eye on both of those cars. Very quick in their heat races. Kyler Bruce and Justin Norwood will start side by side in row 4. Row 5 lines up Trevor Fitz inside, Huey Nix outside. Gary Boyd, that face for radio fella, he will start inside row number 6 with Jason Korn on his outside. 7th row, Ryan Brown and James Gilpin side by side. That'll be Camden Johnson inside row 8 with Joey Reeder on the outside of that row. Your 9th row is going to be Brian Wax and then Buddy Ware. Row 10, Cody Siebert and Randy Reeser. And our 11th and final row, Colton Willett inside, Brendan Freeberg will start outside. So Freeberg, a lot of work to do if he is going to get back up there towards the front. He is 4th in the points, about 15 points out with tonight and next week to go. Paul Hollander is a good 25 points back. And tell the guys I said hi, Tim, and I don't know who Frank is, but Frank, if Tim Nichols says you need to get there, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and head on over. Just going to put it out there. Not trying to tell you what to do, none of that. I'm just saying. If I'm sure you know who he is, but if you don't, just go. It's best for everyone. All right, green this time. 50 laps on the board. Busby and Smith off the front row. And then Ruggiero and Keller behind that. Green flag in the air. We are underway. Well, looks like Busby's going to go to the top side. Ruggiero bumped the fence in 1 and 2. Let's Hollander around him for 3rd. Now trying to get it back through the Miller. Keller is right behind that. That's your top 5. Battle for the lead are raging already side by side, and Smith had it for a second, but Busby works the cushion, and he goes right back by with the momentum down the backstretch. He's going to lead the 2nd lap. Smith, Ruggiero, Keller, Hollander still through 5. St. Clair back in 9th, and he started about 6th, and he has done nothing but fall back. Fitz is up to 5th. Then Eric Keller still hanging on. He falls back to 6th. Garrett Boyd in 7th. The 21 machine down on the bottom, 2 wide with that's Kyler Bruce in the 31 car, not Travis St. Clair. St. Clair's lined up behind that. St. Clair's got Ryan Brown, the 00 on the inside, and then here comes Norwood. Norwood, pretty deep starter in the field. Now has moved inside, or right at your top 10, right there in front of him. But Busby still hanging on, now starting to stretch away from Smith, 6/10 that time. Smith is under fire on the outside from Hollander. Ruggiero in 4th. Let's go on board and see what John Ruggiero sees in front of him. Smith's on the bottom. Hollander's on the top, and he is trying to be patient, it seems like, here. Wait for one of these guys to maybe make a mistake. He can jump on it and get himself on the podium. So far, very clean all the way back to the field. Nobody really getting into the fence. Nobody getting into each other. A great race for 2nd. These guys have been side by side. And now Hollander going to slide into the 2nd position cleanly. He'll take that out of 4. The door's still open, and here comes Ruggiero to the top side. Look to the backside. We'll see who's back there. That's Eric Keller. In behind, we're side by side. That time Smith slips a little out of 4. You saw him flash in. And now Hollander to 2nd. Ruggiero cleanly into 3rd. That's going to put Smith back to 4th. Hollander's gone to the bottom, opened the door for Ruggiero. Ruggiero's going top shelf, trying to stay there and keep momentum. Your leader, 1.6 seconds in front of this battle for 2nd and 3rd, and now Ruggiero takes the 44 machine into 2nd. Hollander's back to 3rd, right in front of Smith. He's going to come back to the top side as he loses a position, going and checking the bottom. Garrett Boyd, the 21 machine. Top 4, maybe top 5 out of 2, unless he's got some drive. He does not. Kyler Bruce goes back by. Good side-by-side battle here. Now Bruce has about a car and a half advantage. Travis St. Clair up to 7th. Let's go check on the 4 car of Justin Norwood. Norwood still mired in 10th. He's right behind Ryan Brown. The 00 goes to the bottom, in behind Keller. Trying to work the bottom side. Hanging on to 9th. Busby now, almost 2 full seconds. I don't know if I can give you perspective on how far away Desmond Busby is from these guys. There it is. That is what the lead looks like as we work ourselves through lap number 16. Ruggiero is still second. Hollander is third, but Smith is right there, right behind him. Kyler Bruce in 5th. Boyd now has his hands full with St. Clair. That's for 6th and 7th. St. Clair around the top side, Boyd to the middle and the bottom. Boyd doing a good job through the middle and the bottom of hanging on. Busby now 2.5 seconds out in front. We'll see if we can get that same camera angle back. Get a good look here. He did not get it that time. But he is out of 4. The guys are in the middle of 3 and 4. So starting to heat up again for 3rd. Smith got to the inside. Hollander hanging on. Caution on the speedway. Well, I think Nix might be who we need to go take a look at. Nix's car was flashing. I'm not positive it was him. May have been Gilbert. Gilpin is upside down. That's who we needed to look at. Well, the camera won't let me focus on Nick Gilpin, so that may not work out. Yep, not sure what all happened there. But we're going to get back towards the front. Busby enjoyed about a 2.5 second lead. And now that has evaporated. So after 20, let's look at our top 10. Busby, Ruggiero, Holland, Smith, Bruce. Then St. Clair, Boyd, Keller, Norwood, and Wax. So cars coming out of the work area. Looks like everybody but Gilpin is rolled back out. Gilpin's car still stuck in the infield as they... Oh, we were not even live, but we are now. I thought we went back to live. We were still pacing. But the restart on lap number 21. And now Ruggiero is here, not having to make up 2.5 seconds. We'll see how long that lasts. As Desmond Busby once again working the top side. He got the 82 car, a bunch of momentum on the exit of 4. He enjoys about 5 or 6 car lengths. Hollander's into 3rd, and Smith is still right there. So we'll see the 113, the 53 back in the battle. Garrett Boyd again in the mix for the top 5 here. He's got the inside on Bruce and St. Clair. Bruce in 5th, Boyd in 6th, St. Clair in 7th, and Justin Norwood now at purple and yellow number 4 machine right through the middle has 8th. Looks like the bottom may be starting to come back, maybe a lane or 2 up right off the wall as the 21 of Garrett Boyd really getting some bite. He is making some forward progress. He's pulling back alongside Kyler Bruce. Keep an eye on this battle. It's the best on the track. They're 2 wide, 2 deep from 5th on back. And now Bruce has a great run out of 2. Puts himself into 5th. Drops Garrett Boyd to 6th. And Boyd's going to be in a 3 wide situation in just a moment if he's not careful. Norwood's going to get in the middle. St. Clair finds the outside wall. St. Clair is going to give up 2 spots. Gives 1 up to Boyd. Gives 1 up to Norwood. Right behind that, Brian Wax, the 14 machine, is down on the inside. He's trying to get in the top 7 mix. Didn't get in that time. Garrett Boyd finds the outside wall with the right front corner. He gives the spot up to Norwood, so move Norwood up to 6th, and Justin Norwood almost started to tail in Charlie tonight, and he is inside your top 6. He and Boyd seem to be going back and forth. Busby now almost 7/10 of a second in front of Ruggiero. Ruggiero has 6/10 on Hollander. Hollander over Bruce. Bruce is in 4th as he got around Scott Smith. The 53 car starting to roll back late in the race. Coming down to the 20 to go mark, not this time, but next time around. Norwood has 6th and Boyd has 7th. Now Brian Wax is up to 8th. St. Clair 9th. Here comes Sieber. Sieber's in the top 10. And Sieber, I think, started tail end, Charlie, if my numbers are right. He started 22nd. And he has really become the hard charger of this thing, picking up 12 spots. Norwood now going to make a bid for 5th on Bruce. He can maybe get 2 for 1 here if Smith leaves too much space. Busby's lead starting to shrink, now down to half a second. He lost almost 2 full tenths. It was 2 tenths slower the last lap. This time 16.0 to a 16.2. So he picks that back up, make it 3/4 of a second now. 3rd place out, caution again. Who is upside down? Is that Reeser? Well, Reeser was in it, so let's go look. Might be in it with Sieber. That might be Sieber's car got up on the fence and Reeser with nowhere to go. And then it's just bad news behind that. Jason Korn gets in. Jason Korn goes upside down. And Reeser's car a little on the bent side in 3 or 4 places, but still able to roll. She brings it to the work area. He may not be real pleased. Sieber got the car on all 4s, and it looks like he may continue. It don't look like much damage to that 357 machine. A little bend on the right front corner, maybe bent, but bent nowhere else. Reeser is going to roll out. They get everything kind of pulled out on that car, make sure that nothing's touching the tires. And he'll get back to it, so we'll line them up 2 wide, 17 laps to go. Now, well, that would depend on if they're wash ragging or not, Tim. You know what I said. Oh, that's too funny. No matter what, that's just way too funny. All right, back to green right here. 17 laps to go. Busby and Ruggiero on the front row. Busby got in the throttle. He's going to have the lead. While Hollander working down the inside, trying to get second back away from Ruggiero. Don't think he's going to do it here. He's going to stay close. Going to be maybe even. Yeah, going into turn 3. He goes into the middle, and that car did not stick and turn. So he floats it out. Here we go. Bruce, Smith, Norwood, all in there, trying to get third. Oh, St. Clair got turned around.
All right, man. And caution is out. Caution is out.
St. Clair is in this, and the 225 of Willett, he's the one that ultimately pays the big price. Back on the outside of Buddy Ware, goes into the corner. All the action catches him. He's going to flip around. St. Clair lands on all 4s, but Willett got up on his side. He probably can drive it away. It's probably just bent pretty good. So he's going to get in there and get some pieces and parts fixed. So is St. Clair, and they'll rejoin the fight, but they'll be closer to the back than the front now. So down to 15 to go. Busby, Ruggiero, Hollander, Smith, Norwood, Bruce, St. Clair no longer there. That'll move up Wax, Boyd, and Freeberg. And then Camden Johnson now flies into the 10th spot. So a little shuffle in the running order. Was he waving it around? It's okay to wash rag when you're cleaning them. Just don't wash rag when you're driving them. And you can tell him I said so. Cleaning, good. Driving wash rag, bad. All right, lights off on the pace track, going green one more time. 15 laps remaining. Busby and Ruggiero row 1, then Hollander and Smith side by side. Norwood and Bruce, then Boyd and Wax in row 4, and Johnson and Freeberg in row number 5. Time to fish or cut bait right now.
Green flag.
And
green flag.
Ruggiero almost jumped it on the outside as Busby kind of held him down. Waited to the last second. That may cost him as Ruggiero gets a good crossover move out of 2, and Ruggiero's got to run on the inside into 3 and 4. He can't bring it up the hill and slam the door on Busby. And Busby will continue to lead this. As he eked it out by half a car, now he'll clear by a full car. Here's Hollander with Smith on the inside. That's for 3rd. Bruce and Norwood side by side for 5th. Good battles right here. Garrett Boyd hanging on in 8th. He's down the bottom. He has got Brian Wax up top. Trying to work that job. Those two swapping spots now, inside and out. Ruggiero trying to hold serve, trying to hang on to the rear end of the 82 car. Going to be 11 to go this time. Those two getting away from Paul Hollander in 3rd. And Hollander's got a lot of company. And by a lot of company, I mean Smith, Norwood, and Bruce. And he bumped the wall 3 and 4. They could have been 4 wide right there, but Bruce keeps it in line. Now he finds the outside wall in 1 and 2. So pull him back out of it. There's still 3 wide for 3rd. Hollander on top, Smith in the middle, and Norwood down on the very bottom. Battle for the lead. Ruggiero went for it. Didn't quite get it there. He couldn't get the car up the hill and shut the door again. Yeah, that'd be fine when I'm finished. Coming down, 9 laps to go. Battle for the lead. Battle for 3rd has started to settle out. Hollander has it under control now. We're going back to the front. Ruggiero and Busby going at it. Great action right here. Now Busby moves the 82 car and a half in front. Ruggiero just trying to hang on. He'd love nothing more than a late race attempt, at least to have the opportunity to steal it away. Six to go this time, and they were side by side again. Now Hollander's got a challenge because Smith and caution going to slow us down with 5 to go. Buddy Ware possibly right in the middle of this. The 17 machine got a few dents and dings in it already, but he's out of 2. Oh, car from behind got up underneath, lifted him up. Yeah, he didn't get much help, and then Nix finishes him off. So Colton Willett just not having a great day. Yori Nix not having one either as he got in the middle of that. So we'll have a 5-lap shootout, and it was starting to shape up to be pretty intense right there between Busby and Ruggiero. Busby, Ruggiero, Hollander, Smith, and Bruce are the top 5. Then Norwood, Freeberg, Wax, Cody Sieber brought the 357 car back inside the top 10, and Garrett Boyd has started to backslide late in this race. He is now 10th. Well, it had to be, it just needed to be said. We're gonna let it go from there for now. All right, green flag back in the air. 5-lap shootout to wrap up the 50 at Eldora with the Max Droop Warhorse Dirtcar Series. And Busby, great start. He leads them by about 2.5 car lengths going into 3 and 4. Ruggiero closed it up. Hollander right there. Those three. Nose to tail. Tiny gap between 3rd and 4th. That's Scott Smith right there. And Smith is getting a great run out of 2. Close it down. We have a battle for the final podium spot right here. Battle for the lead as well as Ruggiero got there in 3 and 4. 3 laps to go that time. Closing this one out with a flurry. Busby right against the outside wall, just trying to hang on. Ruggiero trying to put pressure on him, forced the mistake. 2 to go that time. Battle for 3rd still raging on. Battle for 5th is getting good. Freeberg and Norwood are going at it. 1st and 2nd singled things out. White flag in the air. Best battle on the track right now for the final podium spot. Hollander has the spot going into turn 3, but Desmond Busby is going to hang on and come out of turn 4. He's going to win the 50 at Eldora tonight. John Ruggiero in 2nd, and Hollander hung on in front of Smith for 3rd. So we'll get the guys around to the front stretch. We will wait for them to come around and get into the Discord channel with us. Busby will take the 82 car up on the podium. And a perfect job by these guys. Man, these guys are great. They are amazing at being able to get in position for these interviews. I wish everybody could do it like this. Let's wait for these guys to come in. While we do that, real quick, let's look at the results from tonight's race while we wait for these guys to come in. Busby wins it. Ruggiero 2nd. Hollander is 3rd. Then Scott Smith in 4th. Kyler Bruce in 5th. 6th went to Cody Sieber. Good recovery for the 357 machine. Brandon Freeberg in 7th. Justin Norwood was 8th. Brian Wax 9th. Travis St. Clair 10th. Garrett Boyd 11th. Ryan Brown in 13th. 13th. Brian Brown was 12th. 13th was Jason Korn. Camden Johnson in the 14th spot. Joey Reeder in 15th. Eric Keller was 16th. 17th went to James Gilpin. 18th, Yori Nix. Then Colton Willett in 19th. Buddy Ware 20th. Randy Reeser 21st. And Trevor Fitz rounded out the field. Driver's starting to show up here. Let's get Paul Hollander real quick. Paul Hollander, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, great run. You battled cars all night long just to hang on to a podium spot, and I'm sure that's nerve-wracking when you got to run the way you do at Eldora. Tell us a little bit about this feature tonight.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I felt slow all night, even though I was in a podium spot, just watching my 2 teammates run away from me. I just went with a little bit different setup, and it obviously was not the move.
Well, we're used to seeing the 113 car be super fast, and tonight you were battling side by side with Scott Smith for what seemed like all 50 laps, and neither one of you seemed to have a huge advantage in there at the end. You kind of got the door closed on him. How tough was it trying to find enough grip to keep him behind you, even though you were having to watch the other 2 cars run off?
It was difficult. I felt like he was faster in different parts of the track, and he's always, he races clean, but he also, it's close racing. Like, he doesn't give an inch. It's good racing, and it's always pretty hard keeping him behind you.
Well, quite a ways back, and you lost some more points too, Busby, tonight going into the last race. Just going to try to close out next week by picking up a victory?
Yeah, that's the plan. I've kind of written it off that, he's going to win, and, you like to see it, being on the same team and just having a bunch of good cars and our team being able to come in here and compete. So, congrats to him.
Well, fantastic run tonight, man. A podium finish. I'm sure you got plenty of thank yous and shout outs before we let you get out of here and start preparing for the season finale.
Yeah, just, shout out to Dez, D1RT, all the guys over there, Trevor, Scooter, Johnny Rugg, and got to give a big shout out to Eddie. he's the man. I just hoping him and I can, get out to Bangkok one day and, have a little party.
All right. Well, hopefully he's listening. He heard that, and everything will be copacetic for you guys. Thanks for chatting with us, man. I look forward to seeing you in the season finale.
Yep, I appreciate it, man.
Your third place finisher, Mr. Paul Hollander. Let's move on over to his teammate, John Ruggiero, in second tonight. John, you there?
Yes, sir, I am.
Well, a great run, man. I thought you had a shot to maybe go up there and challenge Busby for the win. And the couple of times you got side by side with him, it just didn't look like you had enough momentum on the exits, man. What was going on in that 50-lap feature tonight?
You hit it, right on the head with just felt like I had a shot. Was able to pull beside him and obviously compete for the win. But overall, Dez was just way better than I was. Very consistent in 3 and 4, which all that momentum he carried into 1. I just wasn't able to close the gap like I wanted to. But it was a fun 50 laps. There for a while I thought we were gonna go green to checkered, but I looked down and we only ran 20 laps. I was like, geez, we got 30 more. So I was a little patient, I guess. And then as I noticed we were getting towards the end, I tried to take a run at it, and obviously just came up short. But all in all, I certainly can't complain too much because it could have been tore up and had a lot worse outcome.
Well, 3 team cars, 1, 2, 3. You finish in the middle of those, and that's got to be some kind of satisfaction, even though you did not pick up the win to your teammate, who is kind of, for all intent and purpose, looks like he's going to be the champ this year. Just no data you could pick up in the first 45 laps of this thing with that 5-lap shootout at the end where you could find one weakness to get around him?
Oh, man, if we're being honest, the weakness that I found, I wasn't able to really utilize. And Des admitted, we were talking during the race, and he admitted that he was struggling to get off the 2 a little bit. And I kind of found a line that I felt, exited 2 a little bit better than he did. But at the end of the day, he was just so much better in 3 and 4. It didn't matter what I did in 1 and 2. Like I said, he was just better. It's that simple. So it is pretty cool to finish, 1, 2, 3 as a team. And, them guys have been a huge help to me, and I can't thank them enough. And I don't get on race often, so when I do, it's always cool to come out and be competitive. And yeah, like I said, I can't complain much. It was pretty fun race, and obviously I look forward to next Thursday as well.
Well, like they say, to be the man, you got to beat the man, and Desmond has been the man all season long. But a fantastic run tonight. You finished second. I'm sure you got a few shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you start preparing for our season finale next week.
Yes, sir. I would like to thank you guys for the broadcast first and foremost, and then Warhorse for putting this deal together. I wish I could have ran more of the races, but real life racing kind of has got caught up and got in between that. But now that we're done racing for the year, I'm excited to get on and run however many races are left, even, and just have fun and obviously be in the way as much as I can of the points. Des does win, as bad as that sounds, but if I'm able to be competitive enough, I'd like to get up there and battle for wins. But I got to thank D1RT Racing, all the guys over there that help me each and every week. Really appreciate them and all their hard work. And yeah, once again, thanks to you guys.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we look forward to seeing you in the season finale next week.
Yes, sir. Bye.
John Ruggiero finishes second. Now we will move on. Like I said before, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man. And right now, that 82 car has been the man most of the season, and he is starting to run away with his championship. Desmond Busby, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, you heard me say it. I told your teammate, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man, and you were the man tonight. He challenged you about 3 times in 50 laps. How good was the 82 car out there tonight?
Oh, yeah, car felt great. I just try to hold my line up there on the top because I knew it would pretty much be up there the whole night. I knew the bottom was there, like during the heat races and the first couple of laps of the feature, but I already knew it was going to move back up top, so I just moved up top the rest of the race and just try to get comfortable up there.
Well, yeah, we saw a lot of guys in the heat races, especially, trying to run up there, maybe trying to thin that cushion up a little bit and finding the fence. I see a little bit of a bend in the right rear corner on that 82 machine. I'm sure that's from a bump with that outside wall. But how tough is it to maintain enough focus? Because it's such a thin cushion when you start getting later and later in the race, and you got to have that from momentum. How hard is it to maintain focus and just keep hitting exactly where you need to lap after lap?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's hard. That's where practice comes in. Ran a lot of laps before this race, so just try to master running the top, because one little mistake, that wall just sucks you right in, and there goes your night pretty much.
Well, an awesome run, an awesome win. You're going to extend your points lead, and going into the final race of the season, everybody's got to pretty much hope you don't show up, and I don't think that's going to be the case, right?
Yeah, that win for sure helped me out in points, but I still got to run good the next race. It's not a done deal yet.
Well, the guys behind you had a little bit of struggles. I know Norwood was close there, and Hollander was in third, and they both finished. Hollander's the closest one to you, and Norwood was back about 8th place, so that's quite a few points. Hard to make up a lot of points unless the guy you're racing and just almost finishes last here. So just bring the 82 car in, qualify well, win a heat race, and start at the front, and then just try to fend off everybody else. Is that a game plan, or are you just going to come in here and try to take a victory lap next week?
Well, yeah, for sure. We're going to try to come next week and win it, but, just main focus is just outrunning the guys who are closest to me. That's the main focus, but it would be nice to get another win next week.
All right, man, awesome run tonight. You've got the victory, so who you got on the car helping you out, putting this thing on top of the podium?
I'd like to thank my team, D1RT, Brooks Motorsports, Diggs by D1RT, Duct Tape Racing, Base Racing Fuels, you for the broadcast, everyone for a nice, clean race, and shout out to my teammates, John, Paul, and Trevor for their runs tonight.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week and maybe atop the podium and holding up a couple of big trophies.
Yep, for sure.
All right, your winner tonight, Desmond Busby. We have gone through our results. I am just looking real quickly. I'm trying to find out where our man Tiny Dancer is over here in this Fake 500. He is 14th right now, and they're under caution with about 80 laps to go. So, guys, if you are done watching me here tonight when I sign off, jump over to Elbows Up TV. Watch the last part of the Fake 500. Our man Scott King is over there in the DSRL SKD number 118, running in 14th position. Go cheer him on, say hi in the chat to the guys. Help those guys out. I know they got a big viewership for this thing anyway, but go over there and check that thing out. They've been good to me for a long time, and I want to return the favor to them. We'll be back Saturday night for the Dirt Slingers Winter 410 Outlaw Series. Those guys following the pro schedule for the Monday Night Pro Series at iRacing. Can't even say I know for sure where they're supposed to be this week. And I'm supposed to know those things as a race director, but I don't. I apologize for that. But tune in 9 o'clock or 9:30 Eastern for that on Saturday night, and then again Sunday at 8 Eastern for the Hales Corners Speedway Sim Series. Those guys going into round number 7, I believe. I think they've got about 26 weeks of that, so they're way early in that thing. So a lot of fun. They'll be back at in the street stocks on Sunday night. So join us for that. For Dominic Santino, myself here at the Dirt Racing Network, guys, we appreciate every time you tune in. We know you can watch this stuff anywhere you choose to watch it here with us.